Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Shadowface, and welcome back to another Five Nights at Freddy's theory. Today, we're going to be going over why I think there's the possibility that SpringTrap is the cause of the bite of 87. So let's get straight into this. So if you remember in the trailers, we actually see quotes come up on the screen quite often about he, and what it says is stuff like, he will come back, he always does, we have a place for him, and it's referring to something that's been there for quite a while, and something that is tied to the Fazbear Entertainment chain, and what I think this could be is referring to SpringTrap's early existence as an animatronic within the pizzerias. Now, there's obviously no sign of SpringTrap within Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Remember to keep that in mind. But there is still a possibility that he could be an animatronic in one of the apparent rotted locations, as well as Fredbear's Family Diner, in which Phone Guy tells you a little bit more about in one of his phone calls on night 6. So if that is the case, and SpringTrap is actually an older animatronic from one of the older pizzerias before Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and Five Nights at Freddy's 2, there could be the possibility that SpringTrap was actually stored in the back of the pizzeria in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which, keep in mind, took place in 1987. Now, you might be saying right now, well, Shadow, didn't you just say that there's no sign of SpringTrap in Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and Five Nights at Freddy's 2? Well, yes, this may be true. That doesn't mean that he couldn't be there. If you guys remember, if you look in the camera in the supply closet on Five Nights at Freddy's 2, you can actually see there's a little wall that kind of goes behind in what we all think is where Golden Freddy is, but what if it's also where SpringTrap is? Keep in mind that we didn't know anything about Golden Freddy being in the second game until night 6, when Phone Guy starts talking about him and he begins to appear in your office. So if Scott can keep Golden Freddy a secret from us in the second game until night 6, how easy could it be for Scott to keep SpringTrap an entire secret from us throughout the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 game? So with this evidence that SpringTrap could have been there in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, we can actually come up with a possibility on why he could have committed the bite of 87. If you guys remember in the last video, I actually talked about how SpringTrap actually has a legitimate Springtrap inside of his mouth, or at least that's what it looks like, and if that is true, it would be very, very easy for SpringTrap to actually have his mouth open and lunge toward a kid, triggering the actual Springtrap, which in theory could easily take out a human's frontal lobe if you really think about it. So by combining the theory that SpringTrap has been here for a while, even before Five Nights at Freddy's 2, meaning he would be stored in the back in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, and combining the theory behind SpringTrap's actual Springtrap within his mouth, we can come up with a very logical theory in that he could have done the bite of 87. But guys, that is all my theory for today, so if you did enjoy watching, then please leave a like on the video and show your support for the channel. Also, subscribe to the channel and be updated whenever I post any more Five Nights at Freddy's content up and coming in the future. But anyway, guys, I really do appreciate you stopping by and watching the video. But I'm taking off, so you guys take care, and as always, have a great day.